Young and the Restless spoilers. Hello, everyone. It is a truly wild Wednesday here, and I hope you are all having a fantastic week so far. Grab a coffee or maybe something stronger because we have an absolute mountain of chaos to unpack today. Let us dive right into the madness. And honestly, you guys, I am just, I am so tired. I have been staring at this screen for hours trying to make sense of what the writers are doing right now because what even is this? Let's be real. I've been covering this show for a long time, and I am used to the twists and the turns and the sudden retcons that make absolutely no sense. But this week, they have completely crossed a line that I didn't even know existed. I am typing this so fast because my brain is literally buzzing with how insane this storyline is, and I just need to get it all out before I lose my mind. So Jill is back in Genoa City. Jill Abbott has returned, and she is marching around town like she owns the place, which, okay, is classic Jill. But something is really, really off. She is completely consumed by her corporate ambition. She is back to secure her legacy, to make moves, to push her weight around the boardrooms, and she is completely, utterly ignoring Billy's happiness. She doesn't care. She is just cold. And you guys, Billy is in hell right now. Let's just zoom out and look at the bigger pattern for a second. Billy just went through one of the most traumatic experiences of his life. Sally crashed her car in the pouring rain. She lost their baby. And why was Sally out there in the rain in the first place? Because Billy, manipulated by Jill's constant whispering in his ear, questioned the paternity of the baby. He doubted Sally, and that doubt caused a chain reaction that ended in absolute tragedy. Billy is drowning in grief. He is drowning in guilt. He is a broken man who just needs his mother to look at him and tell him that he is going to survive. But Jill is brushing him off. She is too busy for it. She is treating him like an afterthought, and Billy is just so confused. He wants to know why. Why is she acting like that? Why is she so detached from his pain? He is practically begging for a scrap of maternal affection, and she is just a brick wall. And then we start seeing the weird secret meeting. A few episodes ago, we saw Kane and Jill crossing paths. And at first I thought, okay, they are just talking business. Kane is currently blackmailing Lily for control of Chancellor Winters using his bone marrow match for Malcolm. So obviously Kane is making big power play. But then they met again. And again, they are meeting in secret, and they are talking in these hushed, frantic tones. And then they started crying. Yes, Kane and Jill crying together in secret. What were they thinking? I literally paused my screen and just stared at it. Since when do Kane and Jill share this kind of deep, emotional, tear-soaked bond? I mean, they have history, sure, but this was different. This looked like raw, agonizing grief. It looked intimate. It looked like they were sharing a burden that was crushing them both. And then the truth came out. Jill is sick. Jill has cancer. Okay, I have to stop here for a second because I actually feel really sad about it. Jill is a legend. Seeing her vulnerable, seeing her face this kind of illness, it hurts. It really does. But it explains the rush. It explains the ambition. She is trying to solidify her empire before she runs out of time. She is facing her own mortality, and that is terrifying. Maybe I'm being too harsh on her for ignoring Billy. Maybe she just can't handle his grief on top of her own impending death. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. She is dying, and she is trying to leave her affairs in order. But wait, it gets crazier, because Jill doesn't just leave a will or a set of corporate instructions. She leaves a video confession, and you guys, I am still shaking from what she said in this video. I cannot believe the writers went there. Who actually believes this is going to end well? In the video, Jill is sitting there looking pale and exhausted, and she looks directly into the camera. She takes a deep breath, and she drops the biggest, most destructive bombshell in the history of Genoa City. She says that Kane is her biological son, not Billy. Let that sink in. Just let it marinate in your brain for a Kane Ashby is Jill's biological son. And Billy Abbott, the boy she has raised, the boy she has fought for, the boy she has smothered and manipulated and loved for decades, is not hers. I literally screamed at my television. What? How? How does this even work? Let's go back to the history first. Remember when Kane first came to town? He was supposed to be Philip Chancellor III. Then that was a lie. Then he was Colin's son. He has had more fake identities and rewritten DNA tests than anyone else on this show. And now, suddenly, he is Jill's actual biological flesh and blood, and Billy isn't. So who is Billy's mother? Did John Abbott have a baby with some random woman and Jill just claimed him? Was there a baby switch at the hospital? Did Jill know this whole time? My brain is melting. It is literally melting. This completely rewrites decades of history. Every single fight Jill and Billy ever had, every time she told him he was an abbot and a chancellor, every time she tried to mold him into the perfect heir, it was all built on a massive foundational lie. And Billy finds out, of course he finds out, he sees the video, he hears the words coming out of the mouth of the woman he has called his mother his entire life. The woman who just indirectly caused the death of his unborn child by making him doubt Sally. The look on Billy's face. Honestly, the actor deserves an Emmy for this scene alone. You could see his entire reality just shatter into a million pieces. He is already broken from losing Sally and the baby, and now he loses his entire identity. He is not Jill's son. He is a stranger in his own life. So Billy goes on a warpath. He tracks them down. He finds Jill and Kane together. And the confrontation that follows is just, it is ugly. It is so ugly and so raw and so incredibly hard to watch. Billy kicks the door open, basically, and he is just vibrating with rage. He is screaming at her, "Why did you lie to me? Why?" He is demanding answers. He wants to know how she could look him in the eye for his entire life and lie to him. He wants to know why she is choosing now, when he is already at rock bottom, to pull the rug out from under him. He is crying. He is yelling. He is completely falling apart. And Jill? Jill just cries. She doesn't have a snappy comeback. She doesn't have a corporate manipulation ready to go. She just sits there looking small and frail and sick, and she cries. She knows she has destroyed him. She knows there is no coming back from him. She just weeps, and honestly, it is pathetic. I felt bad for her, but I was also so furious with her. How could she do this to her? And then Kane steps in. Oh my God. Kane. I have to rant about Kane for a second because I am so sick of this. Kane is currently blackmailing his ex-wife Lily, using his bone marrow to save Malcolm's life as a bargaining chip to steal Chancellor Winters. He is a ruthless, opportunistic snake. And now, suddenly, he is the golden child. He is the true heir to Jill's empire. Cain steps in front of Jill. He physically places himself between a screaming Billy and a crying Jill. He puffs out his chest and he plays the role of the devoted, protective son. He tells Billy to back off. He tells Billy to leave her alone, that she is sick, that she can't handle this right now. Cain is defending her. Cain, who has lied to everyone in this town, is standing there acting like he has the moral high ground. He is looking at Billy, the man who just lost his baby and his mother in the span of a few weeks, with this smug, protective glare. And Billy just snaps. He completely loses whatever tiny shred of sanity he had left. He looks at Cain, this usurper, this guy who just stole his mother and his identity and his legacy, and Billy pulls his arm back and he punches Cain right in the jaw. It was a massive, brutal, sickening punch. You could hear the impact. Cain stumbles back, taking the hit, but he doesn't even fight back. He just takes it like he is a martyr, like he is proving to Jill that he is the better son. And Jill screams. She screams out for Cain, not for Billy, for Cain. And that right there, that was the moment Billy's heart completely stopped beating. You could see it in his eyes. He screamed for Cain. Honestly, I cheered a little bit when Billy threw that punch. Okay, maybe I shouldn't promote violence, but you guys know what I mean. Cain deserved it. Cain has needed a punch in the face for months now, especially after what he is doing to Lillian. But seeing Billy do it, seeing the sheer desperation behind that punch, it wasn't a victory. It was the desperate thrashing of a man who is drowning. So what happens now? Where do we even go from here? If Cain is Jill's biological son, that means his claim to Chancellor Winters is suddenly legitimate in a whole new way. He isn't just an outsider blackmailing his way in. He is the bloodline. He is the heir. This is going to make his war with Devon and Lily 1,000 times more toxic. Devon is already having a psychological breakdown over Mariah being released, and now he has to deal with Cain being Jill's actual son. Devon is going to completely lose his mind. And what about Billy? Who is he? If he isn't Jill's, who is his mother? Is he even an Abbott? The writers have opened up a massive, gaping plot hole that is going to swallow this entire show whole. Billy is totally untethered now. He has no baby. He has no mother. He is alienated from Jack and the rest of the family because of his recent erratic behavior. He is completely alone. I am terrified of what Billy is going to do next. When Billy Abbott hits rock bottom, he usually finds a shovel and starts digging. Is he going to go back to gambling? Is he going to go after Victor? Is he going to try to destroy Cain and Jill? And Jill, she is dying. She is dying of cancer, and she is spending her final days blowing up the life of the boy she raised. Why did she wait so long? Why didn't she tell him when he was younger? Why did she let him build his entire identity on a lie? I have so many questions, and I am so frustrated, but I also cannot look away. This is the kind of messy, chaotic, emotional soap opera drama that we all live for, even when it makes absolutely no sense. I just hope the writers actually have a plan for this, because right now it feels like they just threw a grenade into the Abbott and Chancellor families and walked away laughing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you Team Billy or Team Cain? Do you feel bad for Jill, or is she getting exactly what she deserves? I need to go lie down and process. I will see you guys next time, if my brain hasn't completely exploded by